Hey everyone, hope you're keeping well. Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 102 Buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus Prime from Transformers Rise of the Beasts. This guy was a challenge to find. I have been looking up and down all over the place for this guy, but finally I found him and I'm very happy. So let's take a look at him in the box. As you can see, fantastic looking figure. Can't wait to get this guy out of there. He is part, as you can see, of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. He is number 102 in the Studio Series line. Some nice artwork there. You know, usual Buzzworthy Bumblebee packaging. On the back of the box, we got there you go, focus. We got big screen inspired scale detailed backdrop, as is usual with the Studio Series line. Some nice CG renders of Optimus Prime in both modes. Little bio there, Optimus Prime and the Autobots keep watch in case of a Terrorcon attack. 34 steps, backdrop included. That's what the backdrop's going to look like with him displayed there. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Fantastic film, by the way. Really love the movie. There's a nice Autobot logo with Prime, plastic-free packaging. So let's get this guy out of the box. So let's take a look at what's in the box, have a look at all the contents. Here is the instruction manual with this nice piece of paper. And let's have a wee look at the instructions, all nice and opened up. Oh, I was expecting it to be this big long sheet, like with the other figures I've taken a look at. But here is the instruction sheet, showing everything you need to know about all the figures, accessories and features and transformation steps. This is going to be so much fun. I have been so excited to get this guy. There is the backdrop, nice Buzzworthy Bumblebee yellow, and I believe this is supposed to be Peru. Some nice birds up there. Got the nice base for Optimus to stand on, and we will of course have a look at him standing on that base. Speaking of him, here he is. This guy looks awesome. And here is where his accessories are, and as you can see, he's just held on with the usual little twist ties. So I'm going to get this guy off the cardboard and we are going to have a nice up-close look at him. So here he is out of the packaging, and right off the bat, I've noticed that he was packed with his hands facing the wrong way. So let me fix that for you, Optimus. There we go, much better. But here he is, and he looks fantastic. Really movie accurate and has a really great silhouette to him. Fantastic head sculpt. Got the silver there, and the blue for the eyes, and silver for the crest, and a very nice blue for the head. Nice silver on top of the windshields there. Autobot logos on both sides. I like it when both of Prime's shoulders have an Autobot logo. You know, I like the symmetry. And actually, there's the outline of one right there. The sides of his abdomen area are painted in a kind of gunmetal shade, whereas the center is unpainted. There's the same gunmetal paint for the crotch. Got the yellow as well. Coming down to the legs, you got the grey and the blue. Gunmetal grey there and there. There are the feet. Silver for the rims. And the back is actually very clean. He doesn't have a whole lot hanging off him. Like the backpack up here is very nicely compressed. So I'm very impressed with that. It's nice and red. It appears to be painted red. What color plastic is it? It appears to be blue plastic painted red. So a bit of a curious choice there, but it all comes together very nicely, I think. So moving on to articulation, his head appears to be on a ball joint, goes up and down. His head can go all around there. His arms can go in and out. They can swivel by the bicep, bend at the elbow. His wrists can rotate, as you saw earlier. He has an ab crunch, like the mainline Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, although you want to make sure that you pose him just right, otherwise it may look a little a little odd. But yeah, that can absolutely work. So I'm very pleased that that's included. You can rotate at the waist all the way around to take it. Yep, we can go all the way around. Legs can go forward that much. That's very impressive. How far back can they go? It doesn't seem like they can go back very far. I'm not going to try forcing it. They can go out to the side that far. It's nice that this piece moves to accommodate the motion. His legs swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee. He's got a good range of bend there. He's got an up and down ankle tilt and a nice side to side tilt as well. Very nice. Oh, out to that side as well as that side. Fantastic. That's very nice. So a good range of articulation here. So you can definitely get him into a lot of very nice dynamic poses, which I will definitely do, and I'm looking forward to doing. So let's take a look at his accessories, and let me tell you something. I was so excited to just get this guy out of the box and play around with him that I didn't even take the the accessories out. So I'll do that right now, and we'll take a look at him with his accessories. There we go. So here are his accessories. A nice blade there, and his arm cannon. Very cool. So let's take a look. We'll do the arm cannon first. So let's see. I've not really properly read over the instructions. So let's see if I can figure this out. Oh yes. So that seems to open up, and that flips in there. That'll close up, and we'll take this. Plug it on, yes. There we go. Just straighten up your head there, Optimus. Very nice. So you can recreate that part in the film where Optimus first meets Optimus Primal. Stand down! Like that. Very nice. It doesn't seem like his arm really goes out to the side very much. So yeah, that's a wee nitpick, but it's no big deal. So we'll take his arm blade. So let's see, how does this attach? Oh, it appears like that attaches like that. Is that how it attaches? Let me have a wee peek. Is that it? It seems like there may be another way. Hold on, 2 secs. All right, so it turns out that there is a hole right there that this peg will go into. So let's do that. Make sure that's all nice and secure. And there we go. Yes. Oh, I love that. That looks awesome. Another recreation. We can recreate the scene where the Autobots and the Maximals are charging into battle. And Optimus goes, although I think it was with the the blade in this arm. But you get the gist. Looks fantastic. And if you want, you can have him hold the blade like this. So that's a really cool option if you want to make use of it. And we can also store his weapons on his back. So we can take his blaster and we can take one of these tabs and plug it into one of these holes. So just line it up, press it in, and there you go. And with his blade, we can take this tab and plug it into the other hole. So just line it up, press it in, and the instructions say to have it at an angle, like that. So there you have both of his weapons stored on his back, and by angling the blade like this on Prime's back, it helps to preserve his silhouette, which I do really like. So here he is with mainline Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Now, make no mistake, this guy is still a great figure in my opinion. I really love this guy. I think he's very playable, and as I said in my video of him, I think he has great articulation. I don't mind that he's smaller. I like having, smaller primes now and then. So this guy I still love. But as you can see, the Studio Series version has considerably more paint applications, especially here, and down here. The Autobot logos are different. Here on this guy, he has kind of more classic G1-y style Autobot logos, whereas this guy's Autobot logos look like the versions you see in the movies, and his accessories are more movie accurate, whereas the mainline version has his Ion Blaster, which even though his Ion Blaster didn't appear in the movie, I still am glad that this guy has it, because I just like the Ion Blaster. Funnily enough, the arrows on mainline Prime's forearms are white, like they are in the film, whereas the ones on Studio Series Prime were left unpainted. So that's pretty interesting. But they're both fantastic figures, I think, and I'm very happy to have both of them in my collection. Just you and me, Scourge. No, it's just me, Prime. Seriously? I honestly expected him to say that in the film during that part. But here he is with Studio Series Scourge, and he scales very nicely with him. He scales better with him than mainline Prime. That really would not be a fair fight at all. So it's very nice to have a version of Rise of the Beast Prime that scales well with Scourge and can have a showdown with him. Really happy with that. And here he is with Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Optimus Prime. So you can see the evolution of this general design of Optimus Prime. Now, let me see. I have not tried this yet. Can we give Rise of the Beast Prime Bumblebee Movie Primes Ion Blaster? Yes, we can. Look how cool that looks. That's fantastic. He holds it very well and poses very nicely with it. So that's a really cool option that you have if you have this guy, awesome figure. Then you can loan Rise of the Beast Prime his Ion Blaster. And that looks fantastic. I'm very glad that you can do that. Now, mold-wise, I'm not entirely sure how much these two share. I mean, the backs of them look pretty similar to each other, as well as the legs. But apart from that, yeah, I'm not too sure. They could be mostly, if not entirely, different molds, or there could be more mold sharing between them than meets the eye. But but I guess I'll know more when I go to transform him. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get this guy transformed, and we'll have a look at him in vehicle mode. So here we have him in vehicle mode, and it's a nice vehicle mode in my opinion. I think this is a good representation of his truck mode in the film. Let's take an up-close look at it. You got the sun visors at the top, and again we have an outline of an Autobot logo. Silver there, and for the grille, and for the stripe, which goes up at an angle on both sides. Which is a cool look in my opinion. I do quite dig that. Got the silver for the headlights. We got the bumper done in grey. Got the nice silver there in the rims. On all 6 of the wheels. Got the dark windows at the side. Got the canisters there done in grey. Grey for the smokestacks. Now, at the back, you know, it's not the most elegant looking thing in the world. I mean, the backs of these kinds of trucks aren't always elegant either, but I can definitely understand why folks might not be, you know, all that thrilled with how this looks. But it's not really a big deal for me. I can look past it pretty easily. It is cool, though, how they gave him some molded detail on the back of the truck mode. I appreciate that. It maybe would have been nice if these grey parts were painted red on this side to better match the rest of the roof, but there's a good chance Toy Hacks will help us out. And he rolls very nicely. Now, in terms of weapon storage, you can take the blade and open up the back of the truck, and we can take this peg and plug it into that hole. And this peg will rest in the groove right there. And we can close all this up, and there you have the blade stored on the back of the truck. And we can take the blaster, and we can take one of these pegs and plug it into one of these slots. So just line it up and plug it in, and there you have both of his weapons stored in vehicle mode. And it works out well, I think. You know, obviously it doesn't help the back of the truck look, you know, any more elegant, but it's storage if you need it, and any kind of weapon storage is much appreciated. And now for comparison, here he is with mainline Rise of the Beast Prime. And as you can see, this guy's windshields and side windows are blue, whereas his are dark. He also has these blue lights down here, whereas he doesn't. And this guy has these panels on the sides, whereas Studio Series Prime does not. So overall, I think the Studio Series 1 is more screen accurate, but I like the way both of them look. Also, I think it's funny how mainline Prime's canisters look square, whereas Studio Series Prime's look round. It kind of reminds me of Carl and Ellie from Up. I don't know if you see that as well, but you know, I just think that's pretty funny. Here he is with Scourge, and again, I think they scale very nicely with each other. And here he is with Bumblebee Movie Prime. Now, after transforming Rise of the Beast Prime here, I did notice a fair number of similarities in terms of transformation between them. For example, their front grills in their truck modes become their backs in their robot modes. And on the sides here, the sides of the truck fold up onto the arms when in robot mode, and the front of their legs fold up onto the backs of their truck modes. Although I think this guy pulls it off a little bit cleaner than Rise of the Beast Prime. But the DNA upgrade kit will give him a cleaner back of the truck. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in action. So yeah, a few similarities between them, like the ones I mentioned, as well as a few others. But they definitely feel like different figures. You know, it doesn't feel like I'm just buying the same figure twice, as I have done numerous times in my in my life as a Transformers fan. But in this case, they definitely feel different, and I am very, very happy to have both of them in my collection. I think they're fantastic figures, the two of them. But that about does it. And yeah, I think they've done a terrific job on this figure. His robot mode looks fantastic, very accurate to how he appears in Rise of the Beast. I think his articulation's great, though I do wish his shoulders were able to move more. They just feel a wee bit limited to me. But apart from that, I'm definitely impressed. I think his truck mode is very good. Again, the back isn't the cleanest, but like I said, the DNA kit is going to take care of that, so I'm excited to see that in action. But still, I think it's a very nice representation of Prime's alt mode in the film, and I do really enjoy it. I think his weapons are cool, and I appreciate how you can store them in both modes. So yeah, I'm glad that after a wee bit of effort, I got him, and I'm very happy with him and delighted to have him in the collection. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, and feel free to let me know your thoughts about him in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one.